We are live. We are. Oh, I thought you were going to be making the coffees.
Oh, I want to be on for the intro at least. So I go play coffee boy.
Well, that is who you are, though. Dave, the coffee guy.
Part time.
So, just where we wanted to start. One thing I just wanted to make sure we went over a couple of these topics. So, there's the situation in Flagler where a guy is in court and he has a choice to either take a plea deal of 8 years or go for life. Yeah. And you just informed us, breaking news, that he decided to go for life.
Yeah.
Like, go to court and possibly...
Yeah. Well, the article I read earlier today was like, the judge was like, kind of being like, bro, you sure? You sure, man?
That's crazy. That's what the judge was saying.
Yeah, and then like this afternoon, just a few minutes ago, it was like breaking news. I guess he decided not to take the deal.
So does that mean he thinks he has a case?
Yeah.
So break down what you were saying before. You're like, yo, if we go to court, if you guys think 8 years is fair, just give me the 8 years.
Yeah, I agree.
Why is this like a game, like Jeopardy or something like that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Force system, because they think everybody's just going to plea out. But who? Maybe he didn't do it. I don't really know much about the case. But I wanted you to see this real quick. I know that we're live and everything, but you're going to laugh when you see this because...
Does that have to do?
Go ahead. Look at that marketing. You know what that is, right? You know where that's at?
I do know where it's at.
A place they chose not to want to talk to.
She's not winning any beauty contests, but she sure is delicious. Bear with us while we master art of the swirl. Not new soft serve machine. Dave, you're a hater. We'll go there later and check on it.
Yeah, you don't think that's funny though?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Why would
right.
Anyways, but so Dave, let's say, okay, what do you think it is? Like selling drugs or something like that?
What?
What the guy is charged
like
with?
murder at the Circle K or something.
Okay.
Oh no, this is what I'm trying to look for right now. I wanted to pull it up real fast.
Okay, so let's say you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no DNA of you there. You know that. Are you taking the 8 years or are you going to fight in court?
It's so crazy. Like, that's a hard choice. Like, I probably would just take the 8 years, man. And I feel like this.
What are you doing?
Take my chance and fight it in court.
Ooh, that's bold, man. So bold. Yeah, but I agree with you, John. It's like, if you're willing to say, okay, at minimum, I can do 8 years for this, and the law sees that I've paid my debt.
Yeah.
Then just give me the 8 years. Like, but then you set the precedent that you can get 8 years for a murder of a Circle K person, and also too, like, say you're negotiating, is that saying you have a really weak case against me? When you offer me such a low number, it's like a negotiation tactic.
Like life for 8 years? Like, damn, 8 years?
Like if they had a really strong case, they'd be like, okay, well,
30.
Take 30. Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe he's looking at that as an indication. Maybe his lawyer is like, well, man, I don't know, man. I think we got a good case.
Leave early on good behavior, possibly? Maybe less.
Yeah, I said if he gets to 8, he'll probably do 5.
He'll still do 85%.
You just heard that from Jadakiss.
No,
you know
it's
that's
true.
real.
I've been to jail. I had to do 85%. And you don't get no game time in county either, John. So,
I don't know, Dave. I don't know what it is. It's funny.
Well,
Once again, going back to the
I heard.
Say the portrayal of the podcast. People think I know, and Dave doesn't know, but I don't know. But so, man, that is crazy. I think if I wasn't there, and I had proof I wasn't there, we got to pull the camera and stuff, I'm taking it to court too. But it's crazy. How long has he been in jail?
I'm trying to find. I don't even see that. I was just popped up on my timeline. Now I don't see it.
Go to Flagler Live or something.
I'm on Flagler Live.
Oh,
I think I know how to use the internet. Even though I know you don't think so.
I don't know. If you can't find the article,
I'm on Flagler Live.
There's a couple clicks you can put in, Flagler County life sentence. I guarantee it'll pop up.
Yeah, but the thing about court is, in court you just can't go in there and this evidence isn't admissible or this or that. It's like a game. It's not like, hey, let's just get everything out, because it's like, what is everything?
Oh, look at that. I found the article in 12 seconds.
This is probably just on your timeline because you haven't checked your phone yet.
This is all new to me, so I'm trying to figure it out as we go.
Oh, this mystery guy over here.
Yeah, so there's a guy who there's somebody who like died or killed somebody, and he's going to court. And you know, like before you go to court, they'll offer you a plea deal. You know, so they're like, "Hey, take these 8 years," and he's like, "No, I'm going to go to court." Well, that's what you and him were both saying.
Yeah, why not risk it? Like, what are they gonna give you more time?
Yeah, life.
Yeah.
If you lose court, you get life in prison.
All right, that's
I mean,
that's a gamble. That's a big
About
gamble.
who's going to pay for that lawyer? And then, like, that's just a crazy place to be in. But now, John, that comes into, like, First Amendment audit territory. It's like, because people will be like, well, if you're not doing anything, you have nothing to worry about. But it's like, well, some people would agree that, yeah, you still do have something to worry about.
Exactly.
Because if they say you did something, I mean, they're the police. They have the presumption of being the accurate ones. And you're just some guy saying, no, it's not me? What, are you reading up on it?
I'm pulling it up right now. When the judge said I'm done. I don't really want to put the guy's name out there like that.
Why not? You're reading it publicly right now. Who cares?
I just don't feel like doing that. But the guy said I'm done.
That's what the judge said. There's like, I'm done trying to reason with this guy. But that's the last article. That's the article from this morning. That's not even the right article.
Wait, I think the reason it was a problem for you, I think they're updating this right now. Because it says 30 years in prison for Tyrese Patterson and killing of Noah Smith and Last of Lies lost over stupid senseless act. So they gave him 30?
I don't know if they're amending the article. No, I don't know.
Because that's just the newest article that they just posted, like literally right now.
I got to check the coffee.
So he got 30 year?
No, I don't think he got 30 years. Because that article I read was just dropped like 3 minutes ago. And even if he didn't take the deal, they still have to have the trial.
Maybe I'm reading something else.
I think you are. And I think you said the wrong name too.
Well, let's go on to the next situation anyways. Oh, he's making the coffee. I forgot. So in the next situation, I'm explaining to you guys that we had Mike Norris, friend of the podcast. He was on here. Dave, he's friends of the podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're cool with Mike Norris.
I knew he was going to win when he was on our podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't endorse anybody.
It's crazy because he's kind of got some stuff going on, and they're saying there's a lot going on actually, because they're saying that. Let me explain to you what they're saying. We have almost like a Donald Trump-esque mayor in Palm Coast now, and he's saying that there's like a lot of waste going on in Palm Coast, but he's trying to change things, but they're really fighting against what he got going on.
Yeah, because everybody's all focused on just expansion west when Norris, he was running on infrastructure. Because remember, he was standing in people's swells and stuff like that and showing like how there's no drainage in Palm Coast. The roads are messed up, the lights are messed up, and all the city council is worried about is new development, more houses on the west side, bringing in more tax and not worrying about what's already here. So, and now like, it's like they're trying to give him a hard time. I feel like it's like Trump-style attacks against him, like assassinating his character instead of talking about the actual issues, and he's like an enemy of money, so of course they're going to try to call him out. So
When you say they, who do you mean they?
oh, they
So it's literally like the rest of the city council and stuff is like voting against him and stuff like that. And
developers and other council members and stuff.
There was an article also that came out, and they were saying that he like commented on another girl's toenail polish, and in their words, they kind of said it was like sexy. That's what he said. That's what they're claiming he said.
I don't know if I believe it.
Oh, Dave, please don't let me forget to talk about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
All right, bro.
Dog the Bounty Hunter lives in Palm Coast.
You say live.
No way. Where?
Yeah. He goes to Dave's gym, Planet Fitness on 100, and someone said they saw him in Olive Garden. And they said his son has like a bail bondsman's office in St. Augustine. Yo, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on in Flagler County lately. I'm trying to find the article with so pretty much it is I don't want to call it even like a smear campaign. I don't think they deleted it, but pretty much they're saying like, hey, does he need to get out of office? What's going on? New $7 million to rent. But yeah, they said Dog the Bounty Hunter is gonna ride with like Sheriff Stolly on some ride-alongs and stuff like that.
That's cool. Didn't Hulk Hogan's daughter used to live in the hammock or something like that?
I think I heard something like that too. Dave, what's up with that? What you got going on over there, dude?
What was that?
You know, also, it's crazy. This title, it says, a moratorium won't help the crappy utility ITT left Palm Coast. Painful rates might. It's like, I don't know how I feel about Flagler Live's like article writing. I feel like he just doesn't care anymore.
Oh, this is so hilarious right now. Yeah, this is yours. You don't like a lot.
Yes, I was just about to say. Thank you, sir. Dave's friend, are you going to sell this at your store, Dave? Can we talk about that?
The store's not coming for a minute. But yes.
Here we go. Mayor Norris and pattern of offensive behavior towards staff since November. Internal complaints show.
Current mayor? That's
Yeah.
in office now?
Mm-hmm. One of the employees who reports to Kershaw was with her and overheard the expletive and wrote of that day. Upon meeting Mr. Norris, his temperament was immediately unreceptive, combative, and reluctant to achieve any type of rapport with the members of our department. Despite our best efforts to do so, the employee described Norris turning to a city assistant as if to signal that he was done with the communications team. In my opinion, based on the entirety of our time together, the employee wrote, this was a clear case of verbal harassment on behalf of Mr. Norris that was meant to intimidate and demean Ms. Kershaw while also trying to gauge her reaction as a means of instilling control. The employee referred to other instances when Norris has audibly made profane, vulgar, defamatory remarks overheard by myself and others within the confines of the community wing at City Hall.
And who's myself? The writer of this article?
Let's see. There's a lot of names in here. It's hard for me to confirm. The complaints were filed well before 3 city council members called for an independent investigation of Norris over allegedly demanding in a private meeting with interim city manager Lauren Johnson. That's my dog. Shout out Lauren. And she, you know Lauren. We went to high school with her.
Probably know her by face.
Yeah,
Not
because I
really
think she had a different name. Chief of Staff Jason DiLorenzo, that they both resigned. Let me see.
Good coffee.
Thanks.
Thanks, Dave.
So I wanted to think how did you do? Because before this
It's
podcast,
okay to tell them it's not good.
it is good. It's a French press.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
She's like the city manager of Palm Coast right now. And you remember, buddy?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anywho, what are you talking about, Norris? I think it's a bunch of bullshit. Things are just saying stuff about him because they don't like what he's up to.
You give off very like Trump-esque vibes with that. It's like I think it's like, bro, are people not allowed to like?
I don't even care, bro.
I know you guys don't care.
Because I'm tired of the media and just
I'm tired of the media.
tired of the gaslighting, man.
Bro, is it fake news? Okay, let's see.
I don't know. It's suggestive news. And where are you reading that off of?
Flagler Live.
Fucking fake as shit.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna save that for a second. Let me see.
Oh, you know, what's the next article about the orange Nazi dictator?
Norris says, "I've been as kind and as nice as I can to all those people up there. That's the person I am. I never try to offend anyone."
Yeah, man. I can't see because we met him. Like he's
he's a straight shooter.
He was like Hank Hill. He's like
It's
Hank
like,
Hill.
yo, we're in a meeting and I need to tell y'all what we need to say.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
He
feelings.
is a straight shooter. And
Hold on.
I had Hank Hill vibes, man.
Hold on. Okay, you ready? In every case, the incidents were witnessed by city employees, including one when Norris is said to have referred to the color of marketing and communications director Brittany Kershaw's painted toenails as he was addressing her as fucking trash bag color.
Nah.
A characterization reported by Kershaw and one other employee.
What? Had those other employees been working together well before Mike Norris came on there? Maybe they don't like how he's trying to run the show.
So,
Hey, girl, I'll just say this, and you say, "Yeah, I got you." Yeah, he said
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. But you know, and just,
I don't know, Dave.
Just like Trump, man, let the people that elected him to do what he wants to do. Like when we met him, he seemed very practical and not money driven, and he was more like, "Hey, I live in Palm Coast, so I don't."
He definitely. I don't want to say he didn't curse, but I can't imagine him saying this fucking trash bag.
Yeah,
Fucking
especially
trash bag
publicly.
color.
No,
I don't even fucking trash
maybe
bag
I'd say
color.
that. You know what I mean? But like him, no.
Norris, according to the memos, Norris is the mayor. Norris, according to the memos, also sought to have Jeff Douglas, who heads Douglas Properties and is among the leading developers in town, banned from City Hall, a building built on land donated by Douglas Properties' parent company. Wait, so hold on a second now. I might be with him on that. It's like, listen, and this is no offense to Jeff Douglas. I don't know you, but it's like, I don't care who your dad is and who you buy, whatever. You guys just let's get the developers out of here, bro.
That's what the people are saying, bro.
Let's get you developers donated a lot of money. Now y'all feel like you could just do whatever you want in the meetings and stuff like that.
Yeah, but you like got back what you donated on anyway.
And then
You know.
let's possibly say that they gave money. I'm not saying that they did. All this is allegedly. But let's say they gave the people that are trying to get Mike Norris out of there. What if they got payoffs from those people? They're like, hey, you need to get that guy the fuck out of here.
They're in the boys club, bro.
It's like, yo, you guys like, do you see what's like? You guys need to get him the fuck out of
Like
here.
those people spending money and making money have been here, and the council people have been here too. And now the new guy's trying to do something different, and all of a sudden he's doing something wrong.
But
Yeah, because I remember reading that, and they were like, "Oh, he can't just be
Mike. You can't be saying fucking trash bag color, Mike.
If he even said that, which I don't even believe, it's fucking slander. And hopefully he has a good defamation suit when he's cleared of this nonsense.
Hilarious.
And I don't know if any of that's true, but that's my opinion. So yeah, there's that.
I think infrastructure everywhere in Florida needs improvements.
Everywhere in America,
What does infrastructure even mean?
like roadways, potholes, accessibility, utilities. Oh yeah, and also that just was a good segue to the next topic of what is a 38% water bill increase in Palm Coast.
Yeah.
So that too.
What do you think about that, Dave?
I'm glad I don't live in Palm Coast.
So, now why is the reason for that? I heard it's because my mom was talking to me about that. She's saying that it's going up because of it's costing multiple infrastructure and things like that.
Yep.
And what it do, cuh? It's causing like you said, with the pipes, all these old pipes, they're gonna have to redo these pipes and everything like that.
Okay, well, where's the profit from the last 30 years? Where's that?
It's tied up. It's tied up, Dave. Money's tied up.
Trying to get it cleared out.
Yeah,
I don't really
man.
know enough about it. So
It's tied up here. It's tied up there.
I don't really follow that as much as I should probably.
So Dave, let's kind of speak on Flagler Live. I can be honest. One thing I don't like about them for real is that how do I say this? They're kind of lax. I feel like they're kind of unresponsible with their titles. They kind of be like trashing some people, and it's like, bro, what do you got going on?
Yeah, it's like a liberal publication, like clearly, and it's not even like semi-neutral feeling at all.
Right.
Very left. That's why I made the Orange Man comment. Go read some of the comments and everything. Like all the people who read that are just obsessed about like old news and the echo chamber of Trump's awful and blah blah blah.
So you think Flagler Live voted Democrat?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've read several of the articles. They're clearly like super left leaning people. Yeah.
Do you feel like they should be any side? Would it be okay if they were on the right side?
No, I feel like there should be like some kind of neutrality in
Like
when
he
you
should
write
just
an
be
article.
putting out the
Yeah,
article
because
about what
it's
happened.
it's like you're putting your opinion in as people are reading stuff and you're mixing it in with facts of a story. So now your opinion kind of gets roped into the reader is putting bias to what your point of view is like fact when it might not necessarily be. But just this is how you see it.
I feel
And
that.
an average person who's going to read something that like they just read with no information on like maybe another side of the story or a back end part of the story or another story related that's making it like this. Just talk on the one thing
Yeah.
and then leaving out all this other stuff that if you knew a lot of information, you'd be like, oh, this fucking guy's full of shit, That's a lot of like generalities, but
Right. I know what you mean though.
yeah.
Have a fact-based argument rather than opinion-based argument.
That's exactly what it is.
But see, then with how they do is they break it down. It's like, oh, well, is that a fact? That's not a fact. This is a fact. That's not a fact. It's like in the way the news used to be is like I think it was like almost like even like a law that like you had to report like on both sides of an issue for non-biased journalism, but through corporate interests and stuff like that, sponsorships, they kind of like they tell them what to think.
Okay, on to the next subject. Today we did a food review.
Yeah,
And we went to Sazon de Peru.
yeah, and it was great.
It was
Really
fire, dude. We had
Really, really good.
we had the kosh, the kofa. We had the kofa, and then what was the ceviche?
Well, the ceviche was.
Yeah, ceviche was really good.
Hey, I've had ceviche at a lot of places, and that was top notch.
And they give a lot of food,
Yeah,
like a lot of fries, a lot of It was like, man, it was a lot of food.
but I really want to stress how fire that ceviche was. Like I said, I've had it at least 10 to 15 other places, and that was definitely probably the best, if not top 3.
That was my first time getting ceviche.
Yeah, you lucked out getting that for your first time. So and you liked it.
I definitely liked it. And for the people who don't know, it's over like by Cantina Louis and the Portugal Wine and Bar and Grill or whatever it's called. Over in that little plaza over there. Nice little cute spot. Nice little date spot.
Yeah, it's definitely a good day spot.
You said you're gonna go there.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go there. Like definitely.
How'd you like it?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't eat the ceviche. I ate the rice, chicken and rice.
Yeah, you
That
said
was
you're
really
not a fish person.
No, I grew up fishing. I had fish always on my hands. I'd eat stuff and it'd smell like fish, so I got sick of the smell.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel that. Lil Dave's become quite the little fisherman.
Yeah,
I be want to go fishing with him and stuff like that.
I cooked this redfish that he caught.
Yeah,
the other day.
so you cooked a fish that he caught. That's
Yeah.
dope.
Oh, and it came out so good too. I blackened it in my skillet. Fire.
Dave,
Cooked
you
it
don't
in
know how to
butter.
blacken.
John, this fish was chef's kiss.
Yeah, was it a big fish or?
Yeah, it was. He had the whole thing. He had 2 big fillets,
Wow.
and this was like the fish was right at the maximum size limit for a redfish.
Like little or big
No,
or
big,
what?
big.
You're only allowed to catch them so big or what?
Yeah, you know what the limit is?
I don't know.
It was right at the limit though.
Yeah,
Hey, little Dave.
20 maybe. I don't know.
It's like 2 feet maybe or something like that.
20 something. I don't know.
Anyway, so
Hey, so what's the size of the fish you're allowed to catch or something?
redfish. What's the limit? He's talking redfish.
I think 27.
27 inches maybe.
So it's 27. You gotta put it back.
Like, so you want it smaller or bigger?
Smaller. Anything bigger is like a trophy.
And you're not allowed to catch those?
That's like a breeder. You can't take it. It makes other fish. At
That's
that
okay.
point-
So you take a picture, you size it, and then you throw it back?
Yeah, some you may not even be able to take out of the water.
Wow.
Yeah.
How it,
Like a tarpon, you're not supposed to take them out of the water. You got to go in the water and take a picture. 'Cause
what?
A lot, you revive them. If you take them out of the water, they die. So well, not like automatically, but they will die very shortly. But you can like revive them by taking them through the current or something. But FWC says keep them in the water.
And that's like, how do you know if it's a tarpon before you even bring it up?
Because
You
people
don't know.
who fish know all the different fish.
That's
The thing
crazy.
is gonna jump out the water. It's the only fish that's gonna jump out of the water like 3 or 4 times.
And I think you don't want to screw around with you don't want to play no games with the wildlife
FWC?
people. Yeah,
Florida Wildlife Control?
yeah.
I have my
They
fishing
got
license.
unlimited jurisdiction.
Don't take your boat?
And
Take it.
Harley, you towed the boat. with you.
Damn, what the hell? How am I supposed to get home?
International waters.
Tough shit. You okay?
What am I supposed to Uber or something like that? What? Why are you taking
You
my
should have
car?
known the size limit on that fish, bud. Now give me your $80,000 truck.
Right. It's like, what, you think you own these waters, bud? That's crazy. Have you ever been fishing?
Yeah,
Have you ever caught anything?
yeah, I did.
What? Name something you've caught.
Oh, I don't even know, man. I went deep sea fishing one time. I'm not gonna confuse. I mean, I'm not an avid fisherman for sure. But I have been, and I have caught a fish.
Have you ever caught a fish?
Yeah, caught a lot of fishes off my grandma's backyard mainly. But
Oh yeah, his grandma was in the C-section in the canals, canal zone, right?
yeah, right at the end.
Yeah.
It's connected to the intercoastal too, so we had a lot of good fish.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Drum, bass.
You see how I only give you a little bit?
I appreciate it, dude. You drinking too much coffee.
Yeah.
So, before, what do you say?
Redfish. People love redfish. Anyway, so yeah, I blackened it in butter. So good. And there was enough for 2 nice meals. 2 real nice meals for me and baby. I think I made 3 pieces one day. Didn't you have some of it?
I think I did have some of it one day.
Yeah. You had my blackened fish, and you're gonna sit here and act like it wasn't good,
I don't think you blackened it that day.
John? I did.
So what do you think about eating fish out of the C-section?
I think it's okay. There's a lot of water flowing in and out of there, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we had manatees come back there. I mean,
Yeah. It's pretty wide open. I mean, you brought this point up the other day about all the fertilizer and stuff in the lawns going back there.
Yeah.
So I don't
That's
know.
The runoff and stuff like that.
Yeah.
probably changed after those gated communities got put in at the end over in Colbert.
And I think there's like different levels of depth that you get in there too. If you get like obviously deeper in the canals, there's going to be less water flow. But I think you can still like safely eat those fish.
I don't know, dude, but
Think so.
possibly. That's what I was doing. I was going to my topics. There's some stuff I did want to talk about. Okay. Dave being a Karen. Can we talk about that?
I mean, if you think that.
Explain the situation of what happened.
Oh,
We don't have to give any names. I'll tell my story. So he's on the phone with me, right? And he's like, "Yo, I just got cut off by a garbage truck and
no, a front loader.
by a front loader." I thought that's like a recycling truck or whatever.
No, it's like a fucking bulldozer or some shit like that. It was a bulldozer, front loader.
Oh, so it's one of those slow ones with the big wheels and stuff.
like
It was not
cat.
slow,
Yeah.
but yeah.
And
And
he called the number on the side and called their boss and stuff like that.
I
He's
did.
like, "Hey, your guy cut me off," and it's like, "Well, did they hit you?" No.
All right. Whatever.
Yeah.
no, because then he flicked me off, bro. And I was like, "Fuck you."
Maybe you were pissing him off. Maybe
Right.
you put him in a
Well,
bad
Fucking
mood.
drivers, man.
Yeah, you
Only
Can't see this
thing is-
big ass yellow thing.
Yeah.
Well, not man, because I'm going down 100 at like 50 or something.
100 at 50. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, maybe even 55. I don't know. But anyway, so they fucking bust a U-turn in the in the median, no brake, just go right in front of me, right in front. Like,
That's funny.
so I had to swerve, and then I pull up to the guy. I'm like, "What the fuck?" He flicks me off, and I was like, "Man, fuck you, man." So I took a
Fucking
picture of his
hilarious.
ass, and then I called his company, and I had his personal truck number and all that. So yeah,
Is that Karen behavior?
no, it's not. That guy.
Do you think he would have stopped if you hit into the back of him?
Yeah, he would have had to stop. I'd have called the police on his motherfucking ass.
It's Karen activity.
Shit, I wish,
little bit, yeah,
I
a little
wish
bit.
he would have hit me and made me crash my car. I'll sue him and his company. And anyway, so I called the lady and was like, "Hey, you got this guy over here flicking people off, like in your company truck." And see, there was another guy, like a younger guy, and he gave me like the sorry wave, and I was like, "Oh, you know." And the other guy, fucking old, like gruff looking, drunk, like construction guy, like he's
You
like,
newbies will be you be waving and think, nah, man, fuck these
"Fuck the
fucking
public."
yeah, these fucking drivers think they own the road. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly how he was, man. Dick.
Okay, Trav, I want to show you this. Hold on a second. Let me show you this, Trav.
Moment of silence for John to drink some water.
Forget that. Let's not have any dead time. I'm talking now.
The fuck you, son?
Oh yeah, so yeah, that was last. Well, I almost feel like I'll talk about it a little bit. Well, it had like the
backstory.
what was his name, Jeff Gray or whatever, known First Amendment auditor,
I think your coffee has some leaves in
and
it.
he was just doing What'd she get arrested for? She didn't get arrested. Well, the lady didn't. The guy Jeff Gray got arrested. Because he wasn't even committing a crime or anything like that. He was just standing out in front of the pier with a sign that said, "God bless homeless vets." He wasn't even like panhandling or anything like that. Which, by the way, panhandling is not unconstitutionally illegal. But even if he was. But anyway, so the police just rolled up on him, arrested his ass, cuffed him right away. And it was a sergeant, too. So they detained him, and they charged him with like a felony also. So that's even
They upped it to a felony.
That's even more crazy for standing there, a felony. And they didn't have any suspicion of any crime that he did. So anyway, so that lady standing on the corner a few days later was in response to that. And then even I went there like a couple days later, and there was like 4 or 5 guys with signs standing in front of the pier, like with.
Are they getting money while they're standing out there? Or are they?
No, there's just First Amendment types.
Yeah, but
Now,
like
that first guy's gonna get money.
you ever seen those people who like wear cameras and they try and get like the cops to stop them and they're like, "I know my rights. No, I'm not going to give you my ID." This and then they like, I don't want to say they try and get arrested, but if they do, they can sue because they broke their constitutional rights and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
But he wasn't even doing all that though.
yeah, that's what I'm
the
saying.
thing.
It's not
He
like
was
he
just-
tried to, but he knows that if they did arrest him, that's what could happen.
But you know
So
what's the
they
point
didn't
is?
know he was one of those people.
And see, the thing is, I really agree with that guy too, man, because the police just think that their protocols and their department's policies trump like the Constitution, and not only Constitution but also Florida statutes. So, oh, we need to get your ID, bud, or whatever this that. It's like, no, you don't. Like if we're on a call, we got to get your ID and this and that. So
Look how many comments is on here. Because look what I said at the top. So I said, "We, Flagler Weekly, support the Flagler Beach Police." But I was like, I'm going to share this article
Yo,
and explain
then-
what's going on.
the mad like First Amendment articles was like, screw Flagler Weekly, y'all are corrupt.
Yeah, they were like, "Everybody cancel your subscription to Flagler Weekly."
Yeah, which people didn't, by the way.
We actually got 1,000 more.
Yeah. So,
Sometimes bad publicity is good publicity. It's
Oh,
still marketing
oh, it's good.
nonetheless.
It's what
Bro, they're
say.
going crazy on us.
but yeah, I was like, and I was saying to the point of like, that's what John said.
That's funny.
That's Flagler Weekly. Nothing.
Hit we, Flagler Weekly. Who we?
Yeah, you got a mouse in your pocket, Holmes?
Corrupt. Who's accusing you of being corrupt?
Corrupt.
They're saying that me, John Robinson, is getting paid by the police department to say this stuff, that we're bot media. That means you're bot right now,
Well,
bro.
it's just non-biased media. It's like, this is not non-biased journalism. It's like, yo, bitch, go put that on fucking Flagler Weekly's or Flagler Live's website, I mean. Or any website for that matter.
Yo, there's actually been a lot of good stuff on here. Another post that kind of like, well, yeah, so another post that kind of went crazy is, did you hear about, like, there was the possible alien sighting off of, like, Daytona Beach?
Yeah, in the water.
Did you hear about that? I'm gonna show you.
No.
I think it was just like the moon was like in full moon, but people are going crazy.
That was
over this.
like just a conspiracy thing anyway, probably. Because, I mean, the guy in the video
is right there. I mean, you got rockets flying off left and right.
Yeah, but this person was claiming that there was like a craft in the water and it was like sending signals that were like blacking out ships and stuff.
Tell the people what you see, bro.
It was a little much what he was saying.
It looks like two orbs.
That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And they say it came out of the water.
It doesn't look like they're moving, though.
I thought it was just like the moon and the North Star, just with like some haze.
Bright. That's way too bright.
No, it's nothing.
It gets bright sometimes.
Not like that.
He's a believer.
Oh, what? Orbs. I think it's orbs.
Orbs.
I was hoping you didn't say that.
It's drones. It's the drone.
I think it's Russian misinformation.
Oh, there is a... That could be a shit.
Oh, he's getting more intrigued.
He's in.
Anyway, so that was like, I mean, on our Instagram, that what do we have? What was that, like 90,000 views or something like that at this juncture?
200,000.
Damn, it's up to 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, Flagler Weekly Instagram. 200,000 views. Are you gonna? Let me ask you this: are you gonna make a post on there and say that, hey, I've got 200,000 views on one of our videos?
A post on where? You see the top right one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The top right one.
Oh, that was just in reference to somebody else who.
Yeah, I was talking about it.
No, not that video, but you know they had like 100K videos on a little viral thing, and they're like milking it like crazy.
Definitely feel
You
you.
want to talk about them? Those are your people, though.
Those are my people. No, I don't even really want to talk about them because I unfortunately don't feel like they're making any noise right now. But I don't want to mention any other names though. But you see, there's a new podcast coming up, a new local podcast coming up.
Yeah. I mean, how many have we seen come and go over these couple years? Because we're at like 2 years and 3-4 months. Mm-hmm. So we're at like 30 months. But they're gonna find that it's a lot of trouble to run a local podcast with not a lot of compensation. So, I mean, running like a nationwide podcast and local podcast are two different things.
That's what I say. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit of plagiarism.
I remember my first chat GPT request.
That's definitely what that is. You know what's funny about that though is one thing that I do want to say is, fortunately for them and unfortunately for them, it's like, man, you guys are our sons, dude. Like, you know, I'm glad everybody's starting these up and stuff like that. But if you guys want the sauce, just come and talk to us, and we'll tell you the sauce, dude. You guys don't have to like just sit in our shadows. You can come be a part of the family. Step into the light.
In fact, some of his people already were on our show.
You know, hey. But we support all and stuff like that. But I want to let you guys know this is a competition. So I will be looking to see how you guys are doing.
Yeah. And it's slow rolling also. Because this is what, our 45th podcast? But how many other, like, original pieces of content have we put out also with the different things? Here's the thing. Nobody goes on video, man.
Right.
Nobody goes on video.
Right.
Everybody's scared to go on video and, like, say something. Like, they want to, like, take some photos and type up a paragraph about it, which nobody's fucking reading that shit. I'm not going to read that. And nobody's going to read that. Who's got time for that?
They just like take a little picture of their plate and stuff like that.
Or in that case, or anything that they talk about.
Yeah.
You know, or like going to a place or this or that. Like,
even the guy we saw today, we're not going to hate on him or anything. You know what I mean? But
he was selling old technology.
you know who he reminds me of? Who is that? Like Spawn? You remember that?
Fire Marshal Bill?
Do you remember the movie Spawn? Like back in the day?
Yeah.
How he like was all, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it's almost like we like ran into an alien. Almost like we weren't supposed to see him or something
Yo,
like
it's
that.
funny because you gave that guy our website, and there's a high chance he's going to be watching this now.
But so anyways, it's like he was like what was I gonna say he did oh, he was like, oh, you know, he I hate when they kind of do this, but it's cool though. It's like he was trying to school me. He's like, oh, you know, like the coupon books back in the day. Oh, well, we're going digital now. I'm like, oh, are you? You know what I mean? Like,
He mentioned Facebook as being like the revolution now.
yeah. And then I was like, Instagram. He's like, no, I'm not on Instagram. We're just on Facebook. But he said that it's an app and they have the people download that. But this is my thing, and I'm gonna give this free game. I hope he is watching. Why are people downloading the app? And then it's like they get a free coupon once and then they got to pay for it. And then what's the point of them being on that? Why are they going to continue to go to the app
Yeah. It's
when
gotta
there's
be-
already an app that people be on? It's called Instagram, but you don't go there. All right,
but you don't go there.
all right.
Because remember when Joe
they're gonna
Rogan
go
was
to your
asking,
app.
remember when Joe Rogan was asking Mr. Beast, like, well, why don't you get your own thing? And he's like, no, I'll just stay on the YouTube thing. Because Joe Rogan at that time, like this other guy, are 10 years behind on. And that's what drives me crazy about, like, when we're like talking to these like sponsorship people. They're like, oh, Facebook group, podcast, Instagram. What are you talking about?
Right. It's like, bro, these people have like
It's like, bro, but
200,000
then we
people
like
in the
do a
group.
video for somebody, and they're like, oh man, this killed it way more than my ad on the radio. This killed it way more than my ad in the paper. Mm-hmm. Which is true. That's the feedback we're getting from the people, you know, that are spending like big money for old publications because like that's just what people are used to.
Old timers are stuck in their ways.
Yeah, who the fuck is listening to the fucking radio?
Oh my God, Dave,
know?
I just got it. Hear me out, Dave. This is going to be a great idea. You ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we spend this year pumping them out, doing a lot of food reviews, right? And we do really good on them, on our SEO. We do really good on our marketing strategies, on our targeted ads to local, our niche markets and stuff like that. Then next year, we go back to those same places and be like, hey, you already know. You know what I mean? Now, what are you guys trying? So it's like maybe not this year, but next year. You know what I mean? They're like,
a yearly cycle.
we don't even really have to fight with them at that point. They'll be like, because everybody we've done it for wants to do it again.
Yeah,
while we're
sure.
trying to fight with new people on what we're doing and stuff like that. But once we do it, people get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's what's gonna have to happen.
And we're only getting better too, you know.
100%, and we're only getting bigger. Yo, it's so crazy. So we're kind of just talking about what's going on and stuff out here. So there was this one guy, and I'm not going to give too much of the sauce, but I saw that he was like advertising, and I reached out to him and told him what we do. Now, when I reached out to him, we were getting like 150,000 views a month, right?
Yeah.
And this was 1 week ago. So look, this is a week later, and look where we're at.
Wow.
271,000 views in the last 30 days. So it's like, buddy, and you know what I mean? Dave, think about this, dude. What if, and that's what we kind of tell people, what if they were underneath the sponsorship of the 200,000 views? That's because that's what I was telling people. It's like, yeah, you stay sponsored under all of them. One of them's going to go crazy, and 200,000 people are going to see your sponsorship. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Buddy just missed out on that in this past week of not pulling the trigger. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's crazy. But
And also too, like, for less money than these traditional publications are charging.
right.
Or you could do it yourself and get really good at marketing and making digital.
See, but a lot of these people that we meet, they're not good at it because it takes more time than people think.
It's an art.
Like I don't, it's not even fun doing it. Like I don't enjoy doing that. John
You get
likes it,
consumed
fortunately.
by it. Then, like, I've been around people that like live around that kind of. They gotta like post at a certain time.
Yeah,
like,
it's too much.
they time it out. They hashtag it or like tag people.
That's how John gets down. He's just always on it.
You know, and it's crazy because I think this is a great time to talk about it too. But I've said this to myself, and I feel confident. It's like, and I feel like you guys know because we've all literally been there. That's my whole thing. Like, I've been there since the beginning of social media. Definitely since the beginning of Instagram, since the beginning of Facebook, since the beginning of MySpace. MySpace is gone now, and I've just seen the growth of it. I went to school for like psychology, study of human behavior and stuff like that. And that's all social media is, you know, and it's all just like noticing what people want to see and putting it in front of them, you know, and like really understanding the algorithm and using it for you and not fighting against it. You know what I mean? People are like you said, oh, I don't want to post. I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to, you know what I mean?
That's an interesting topic, though. How do you feel about algorithm capture?
Okay, that is a great topic. What you just said is, and I'm going to give you some real, like, what I feel like is programmer talk. It's obsolete. How I feel about it doesn't matter. It is what it is, and that's exactly where it's at. You either get with it or you get left.
See, that sucks. That's so you know what like audience lock is or something like that.
Yeah,
So algorithm lock is like you have to kind of agree with what they want.
Right. Exactly.
You gotta ride that wave.
Certain words, like you said, certain hashtags, certain words. You have to keep the videos under a minute and a half. You know what I mean? There is a whole thing of like it has retention rate, average retention. We're at like 16 seconds. I'm gonna look at this. Let me see. What is good retention for Instagram videos? Retention.
I mean, but if you consume yourself with those like data and stat, like
That's what. Luckily, me and John be on that stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm the idea guy, and he's like, well, we need to do it like this, that, or whatever. But I feel like it works out because I'm just not gonna sit there and do all that shit, honestly. And who has time for all that? And that's what people who start their podcast and like write it out, they really realize is like, man, this takes a lot of fucking time. Because like when we first started, it was like, bro, we got to get to like 50 episodes, and this is 45.
Look what they highlighted right there, Dave.
26.
So we're at 16 seconds.
Getting there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I like with the different style of editing that we're using, because our first food reviews were like very like you saw how we shot it, but you're not really, you'll see later how it comes out. But our first ones were very like old school, like going to a lot of talking to the owner.
yeah, I was watching.
You know,
I
like-
kept up with it. Not every episode,
but some of them, yeah. Like, this is
So-
long, you know,
Yeah.
like 30-minute long. I think the Terra Novas one was like 30 minutes fucking long.
Right. This is a little behind the scenes as well, but our CPC or cost per click rate, we're at about 2 to 3 cents. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And look what they say that a good one is. So on a good side, they say 50 cents to $2. So if you're spending 50 cents per click through, they say that's good. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get to 1 cent
Per click.
per click. But yeah, so overall, I'm not saying like these other people can't do it well and stuff like that, but what I'm saying is I just know what is going on and what the people want to see, but it's harder when you're trying to stick to a certain standard because people just be posting anything and they be getting the algorithm, you know, that's the people who post like people getting their head cut off and stuff, or shootings or whatever, you know, people getting robbed and stuff like that. Like that stuff's gonna go crazy viral.
Yeah, how do you think the news stayed in business for so long? It thrives on chaos.
Well, here we go. No, I feel you're right.
Yeah. Then they get the audience capture where they got to keep doing it because that's what we need to see. What's going on? Who's mad today? What did Trump do? That motherfucker.
Trump was feeding families. People talked about him for days on.
Oh my God, you know he used a spray tan? What the fuck?
No, he doesn't. No,
It's natural, completely.
he's got a tanning bed in his office.
So let's, you know, speaking on Trump and Elon, did you hear about that? Some of the like people, he was like putting receipts up on the Doge website about what was going on, but then it turned out that some of the information was wrong, so he had to take it off the website. It's like he's doing some good, but it's like, bro, it's a little, I don't know, man.
You
I
know,
don't know how I feel about
that. We'll point out though that none of the military-industrial complexes funds have been tampered with.
Wow.
Only other issues.
How you feel about Elon?
I don't know. South African. He creeps me out sometimes. I mean,
Yeah.
He's just
reptilian humanoid.
yeah. Gives me those
Yo, he got
vibes.
like he just be like working and banging, but he got like 12 kids.
Crazy, dude.
I mean, he's revitalizing like NASA
Man,
and the space exploration. That's
hey,
pretty cool.
But yeah, but let me ask you this: at his income rate, what's his child support look like? You know, I mean, I got hit in half for like a stack a month, and I'm like, Jesus.
Do you think
what is he
I
getting?
don't think he's paying child support.
He probably paying like 3.4 million a month
Nah.
based on the formula.
That's really nothing to him, though.
Yeah, but you know what? Probably he probably don't even make any money. It's all in his company.
Hey,
all
Judge.
I only made $34,000. I swear. I can't even afford one of these Teslas.
Right. Let me go back to my notes. Okay. Trav, would you sell your citizenship for $5 million? Like if one of those people want to buy one of those gold cars for $5 million, instead of them getting just citizenship, they get yours and you get to go.
Where would I go? I don't have
Where do you-
citizenship anywhere.
Well, you could choose where you want to go.
So then I'd be an alien somewhere.
Yeah.
You got $5 million. You do whatever you want for $5 million.
Yeah, I'd probably.
Would you do it, or you just say no? I want to stay in America.
I would probably stay in America. I mean,
Ooh.
because
Not me.
$5 million's a lot of money. Like, but I don't know. I don't know where I'd end up. Like, you know, and it's like $5 million's not like.
Now, do you walk away with $5 million? Because you shouldn't have to pay taxes if you're no longer a citizen.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
You walk away with $5 million.
I would definitely do it. For sure.
Where you going?
I don't know. I'll just stay on a visa.
$5 million American dollars, or $5 million.
$5 million. Yeah, I'll go to.
No, I mean it equates to $5 million.
I would go some. I don't know, a Europeanized Southern American country,
Like Uruguay or something like that. That Germantown in Uruguay.
something like that. Yeah, you know, a nice
Okay.
European southern spot, not too indigenous.
Nice terminology. I think I would sell mine, and I think I would go to like London or like
Steve, that's like the equivalent of here.
exactly.
It's like even worse there.
Worse in what way? I have $5 million. I'm not
Like
even gonna
everything
like,
that all the oppressive natures of America that people hate is like
but I'm not gonna like.
more so even there.
I'm not gonna like mess with. I might buy some land in South Africa or something like that.
Or you could just stay here with your American visa, then make the $5 million here, and then move over there.
Oh, just make $5 million.
I'll move to like Costa Rica or some shit like that where it's super cheap.
I don't want to be on an
So
island though.
when my $5 million turns into $50 million,
I don't want to be on an island because of like hurricanes and stuff
I
like
think
that.
Costa Rica's an island.
I don't-
I'm certain that it's not
I think.
an island.
Let me see.
I think it might be.
Nah, man, that's like in Central America or South America.
No, it's not an island. But it has
Oh, yeah.
water on
Yeah.
two sides. That's crazy.
That's what we call a peninsula.
That's
no,
crazy.
that's not a peninsula.
not a peninsula.
That's a strait. That's a strait.
That's dope.
A peninsula is three sides.
I definitely want to go to Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Isn't Colombia down there a little bit further?
Yeah, it's in South America.
As well.
Let me go back to my notes.
What's a friendly South American country?
Dave, that's like racist to say. They're all friendly, Dave.
Well, which ones are you're not gonna get like macheted up by like a group of villagers or something like that because you got $5 million bucks,
Bro, that could happen
Or
to you in
kidnapped.
that could happen to you in New York.
Yeah, it could, but you know,
I'd say like Argentina, Peru. You don't want to talk about Trump and Zelensky.
that's, yeah.
Okay. Coming back to Palm Coast news. Let me see what I'm pretty sure I had it up here. Let's talk about how Schnitzel Time video did.
All right. Oh, by the way, Schnitzel time was good too.
Bro, like there's a lot of spots in Flagler County that people don't even know about.
Yeah,
all
cool
different kind of
spots.
countries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So Schnitzel is a German like pork chop.
It's pork. It's like pounded out pork and then breaded,
Yeah, so a fried pork chop almost.
like a pork loin, tenderloin, pork tenderloin.
It has a whole bunch of like the sauces and stuff like that.
Yeah, different gravies.
So I thought it was surprisingly good, you know, and like the macaroni and cheese was there was a lot of macaroni and cheese in there. It was grilled onions put inside of it. There was like some
Bacon and cheese.
yeah, bacon in there. It was crazy.
Yeah, see, yeah, everybody's like, oh, Palm Coast don't got this, Palm Coast don't got that. So people need to like be seeking out like these little gems. It's like there's only one German spot in Palm Coast. Like, keep it afloat. That's the only Peruvian spot in Palm Coast. The other ones, there's one in Ormond, and there's one or maybe two in, two that I know of in St. Augustine. So like, still, I mean, stay in Palm Coast.
Definitely.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of chain restaurants are coming in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Longhorns and Miller Ale House.
It's like they're all the same.
Everywhere
man.
you go. Yeah. Everywhere you go, you see a Miller's Ale House, Longhorns.
Yep, homogenized plazas. That's what I don't like. I don't like that homogenized. That's why I don't like forced immigration either. You see how like Conor McGregor was over here talking shit about like too many immigrants going to Ireland. You seen that?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, it just happened like a couple weeks ago. And he's like, and it's true because I think there's like 5 million people there and they had like 1 million immigrants come there.
But how's it forced?
Because the government, who's ran by these neocons and these globalists, just keep letting them in. Same with the rest of Europe.
Wait,
It's like,
so
bro.
when you say, wait, hold on. Where is the force? Or is it like you're just saying that they're opening the doors with
Because they're using
you're forcing people to integrate or something like that?
They're using the guise of altruism to be like, oh, we need to help these people, blah blah blah, and this and that. And it's like we're gonna just totally like erase the culture of this place by replacing it with all these other people.
War times allow that too. I mean, they open borders usually
So
during
it's like,
wartime.
what is the point of that? Because then like everywhere you go is the same. Like how you just said, like everywhere is like a BJ's, Costco, this that. Every town you go to, with the exception of a few spots, is like very much the same. It used to not be like that in like the 80s, 70s. I can't speak on any further back than that because it wasn't live. But like you went to like Alabama and it's like, wow, this is like fucking crazy. Or you go to St. Louis and it's like, wow, this is like its own individual culture. Now it's like there is no individual culture. That's just
Corporate America. It's corporate America.
Yeah, it's like a
That's what it
corporate
is.
culture.
It's everything's
And then like we go to Europe, like let's say like we want to travel. Hey, let's go to Ireland. Oh, we're gonna see a bunch of Irish fucking people in Irish culture. But when we go there, there's a bunch of fucking Somalians. There's nothing against Somalians, and I don't even know if they're there. I'm just picking a random immigrant. You know what I mean? It's like, bam, now it's not even like we're going to Ireland or we go to Germany, and it's like not even fucking Germans there. It's all these other people. It's like I want to go there. Like I don't like this homogenized shit.
So-
they make it like where like if you want Germany to be German, you want Irish to be Ireland to be Irish, Scottish to be Scottish. Like, oh, now you're racist and against this and that. Like,
So wouldn't like America be like Native American then? Like British people came here and like took over the country.
some of the spots should, yeah, they should have left it. Like, I mean,
It's more than just British. It was-
yeah, I don't like that. That's not a fair comparison. Actually,
Yeah.
it's not a fair comparison.
Well,
you had-
we're saying during war times and stuff like that.
it wasn't really established like that.
People going over wasn't established. I understand what you're saying, but it's like
Did the Dutch discover like America and like New York? Like
Dutchmen,
it was
yeah,
originally
yeah.
Spain, and then that was like
Well, Spain
Dutch
had like
funded
St.
it.
down, now
Augustine.
south.
but what I'm kind of saying is like
Yeah, you're right. It was Dutch.
what I'm kind of saying is like speaking on people going over to a country and then just kind of the view of that country changing over a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
So you're almost like, oh, I want to see like white people with red hair, and it's like, well, that's not Ireland anymore, but this is still Ireland.
Is it though?
I mean, it's
it
like,
Are you a nationalist?
Me?
Yeah. Do you
Hell
like,
yeah.
but it's like
Total nationalist.
it's like I don't understand like nationalists. Can you please stop doing that in the mic, Dave?
No. Maybe you stay on topic.
I'm trying to. You're coughing, and I have my headphones on, dude.
Oh, your headphones. Okay.
Yeah. So can you? And the people hearing it, it's like it's nasty.
I got the black lung, John.
Okay, do it over that way, dude. But
Ew.
it's like you
That's
guys
some
like.
liberal nonsense, bro.
But no, it's not liberal nonsense. What I'm saying is, you come over to somewhere and you're like, "Oh, this is our land," and then like you guys stay over here, and we stay over here. And it's like, no, like we can go wherever we want.
Who's we?
Anybody?
No, man.
Yeah.
No,
Are you
no.
following their laws? Are you following their rules? Or?
No, because they flood it in such a high way where, like, say, like people who come to America and then they
Vote.
They, what do they call it? When they join the culture, assimilate. Yeah, then they assimilate. But now you got overflow and there's no assimilation. In fact, you don't even fucking like this place. You're just here because you think you can get more out of it.
It's temporary. It's like,
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, no, I'm not with that. And you know what? Fuck those people because they should have held on to their shit.
So you're not with the Constitution then? People come here, they build residency, and then they vote on what they want to vote
No,
on.
I said yes, they should do that, but they are assimilating into this culture, not changing it.
But you can vote to change it if that's what you want to do. That's the
If that
American
happens,
law.
yeah, if that goes on to it, yeah.
Well, then that's what's happening, and you're saying
No,
you
but
don't-
it's not happening because the people there aren't with it.
But if more people come and
And
outvote
look,
them,
it's
that's just
so
the
crazy.
American
See,
right.
You're getting sucked right into the trap because it's good and people should be able to do that.
No, I'm not
But
saying
in
that.
reality-
I'm saying that's a lot.
but
That's the American right.
In reality, billionaires are just putting poor workers in there to clean out the fucking labor market, so you work for fucking even less. Is the more of the place. So you're looking at it through small vision and history vision, and you're not seeing like the play that's happening.
No, I just want you guys to say like, "Hey,
Yeah, I bet you
we're
do
not
want that.
we're not going with the Constitution anymore. We're trying to change that up."
Where's he getting this from?
You like
What are you talking about? The Constitution.
This is what I'm saying.
Where's
Like,
the
you're-
Constitution?
Yeah, if you're legally coming here and you're
Right,
you're
But
actually
you're
going through the
totally going over what I
process,
said.
and it's
You,
okay.
No,
you
I'm
just
not-
said that people have come and they assimilate to the culture. That's fine.
no, I don't have to assimilate to your culture. Is what
then
I'm
you
saying.
shouldn't be over here then.
And that's what I'm saying. It's my American right to be here. I don't have to assimilate to your
No,
culture.
well, there used to be a test and this and that.
No,
and
I'm
you
saying
gotta-
I could even take that, but I still don't have to assimilate to your culture.
I'll agree with that. Like, I mean, you can take your culture here, but then again,
Exactly.
you came over here to be an American, so
I can still
Or
be an
did you, though?
American and
American
vote how I
first.
want.
Yeah, if you came here for that, yeah, that's fine. But if you didn't come here for that, then what the fuck? You just over here like using the tax money I'm fucking spending to take care of your motherfucking ass.
Maybe, yeah.
And it's like, for,
And that's my American
thanks.
right to do so. I went through all the legal things. I took the citizenship.
you're not
I
an
took-
immigrant.
I'm speaking as if I was.
Then I'm not talking about those people.
Yeah, you are. You're
No,
saying,
because these people in these huge migrations are not doing that. They're getting dumped over
but they're
by
not the ones
globalists
voting.
that are moving populations.
But they're not the ones that are voting and changing the culture.
That voting shit doesn't matter.
They will eventually, because I mean, they've had those type of like influxes, and they're still here. They haven't gotten everybody.
No, I get that.
You
But
know?
like, so if they can vote, if they can legally vote, then they can vote. You know what I mean? He's like saying,
Yeah,
"Oh,
but
you can
the
come over
people-
here, but keep it the same way over here." It's like,
But the
what
people
hell?
ain't voting for that. You think the people in America voted for like the 30 million people who ever came here? And I'm not even speaking on America. I'm talking about in Europe. Like, it's not the people that are making this happen. It's the corporate owners who want to wash out labor markets are making it happen.
Yeah, when it's forced on you, it's not
Exactly.
fair.
And that's what he was saying over there.
The country and infrastructure can't even hold it. Like,
Exactly.
it's not-
And then all they do is bankrupt the country that they're fucking moving all these people in. And oh, well, you're not a good person? You don't believe this? Like, altruism is like the worst, man, because it's turned against people. You know, don't forget the thing where they say good intentions are the pathway to like, well, how's that phrase go?
you
Well, the
sound
road to
like
hell
you're
is-
rolling, but I don't know.
The road to hell is paved with good intentions or some shit like that.
I think that's
Yeah.
the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you think? What do you think should happen?
That,
People should stop moving here or something, or
yeah, it's just I don't.
Is that
my
realistic?
whole point is I just don't like the whole homogenized vibe of anywhere. You can compare it to the restaurants or populations. It's like if you go to like a major, you go to any major city now, it's the same as any other fucking major city.
Yeah.
Why are you fucking going there? So then I should go to another country and hey, this is just like fucking. I'm gonna go to France and it's just like fucking Nebraska.
Yeah,
Like-
i.e. the Margaritaville coming in Flagler Beach.
Exactly.
Like,
Like
it's
there's no like
same-
individual.
that's real.
And even if those places went that and they became their own individual culture, like let's say there was a migration that, if it wasn't like 20% of the population, maybe those people could have went there and they would have had some kind of new Somali, and I'm just using Somali as a rando, Somali Irish blend, and that kind of is the new population there, and that kind of takes off in a certain way. Not like, oh, now you just got a fuckload of these other people from wherever and just totally, and they don't even give a fuck about that place. They're just like not happy to not be in a refugee camp. And
So-
they're getting like all like the government support, and the people are getting like taxed, and fucking employment rates are going down. Meanwhile, like billionaire stock owners are just like, yeah, now I'm only paying 3 cents an hour for labor. And then they're using all this other guises to make that happen.
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
So with that being said,
It's
You know,
complicated.
it's like, are you still a proud American, or it's like, does the government even care about its people, or?
Okay, that's a very good question. That's kind of like almost like what Mike Norris is saying. No, they don't care about us. They're just expanding and leaving the infrastructure to rot as they move on to new tasks.
So
So I wish that America was, I don't even know if it's America, just the world was like different, but proud. There's no building here really, you know.
That sounds like a globalist mindset.
No, my mindset's
In
non-global.
the world.
Well,
I know what you're trying to get at, but like,
yeah.
Oh, so you're
What was
trying to
the
get
question?
the whole globe on one?
Global one. No, I'm
on
not.
one world order?
No, I'm sorry. No, I
Is that
don't.
what you're saying?
No, I feel like it should be the opposite of that.
Everyone should have their individuality.
In fact, I wish that everything was even more decentralized. Everybody talks about decentralization with like crypto and whatnot. What about civilization decentralization?
yeah.
Like-
I want to know how we built the pyramids. Is what I want to know.
so
how
like,
is that possible?
So like, no more United Nations. Like everybody just
No, no,
goes
no.
over-
I'm talking about like, you know, how come each, say, county isn't more self-reliant? You know what I mean? You're telling me that like even like or even each state that you can't produce everything that everybody in that person in that state needs to live in that state.
I can see that.
You know, and then like because right now our supply chains and infrastructure is like so nationwide that if something happens on a large scale, it's going to affect everybody. Where if everything was decentralized more locally, this town might be down, but that ain't affecting this town's grid. You feel what I'm saying?
I definitely feel what you're saying. I definitely feel what you're saying, and but then it's like we're not United States anymore.
Yeah, but is it?
It goes to China. Our avocados go to China, and then they come back here. I mean, there's
Does that really
crazy-
happen?
There's crazy supply chain issues that, like, you know, it's got to get
Well,
shipped.
a lot of people
somewhere
don't
else
believe me,
before
but
it comes
China
here.
owns America,
A lot of it they do, yeah.
and they're like, you know, going into like who has a better military and stuff, and it's like, bro, the military is like. That's like somebody having a gun, and then I have like an electromagnetic wave. Where it's
Well,
like,
I
bro,
don't
your
think they can
guns.
really fuck with our military, actually,
People keep saying that, but it's like, bro, like
because you know they're not as strong as you think they are. They have other conflicts, and they have.
I don't think we're as strong as we think we
Oh,
are.
I think that as well, but we have better weapons for sure.
I think that's propaganda,
Yeah, there's
You
so
think
much
so?
more that we don't know about that we probably have and capabilities.
or that they probably have
Or that.
capabilities.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Even like seeing some of these alien stuff and stuff like that. I think that might be China.
Or maybe so, or it's just us acting like it's that.
Yeah.
Because eventually,
Military test.
yeah, once they like have nobody else to beef with, they'll have to just be like, okay, well, fuck it, let's just start beefing with aliens. hey, there are no aliens.
That's funny.
We'll see about that.
Right. Guys, this was a good episode.
He
love
says
it.
that every time.
I know, and you do it every time.
Well, it is what it is.
I'm about to go walk the beach.
Mr. Romantic.
Mr. Romance.
Mr. Romantico. Oh, yeah, take it off my beach, man.
Oh yeah, no, dude. This is my beach. You see the shirt I got
There's
on,
the
dude?
public beach a few blocks away.
Dude, oh, is this like black people can't be on this beach? Is that what you're saying?
It's for locals only, bro.
You're not a local, Dave.
It's my beach at the end of the road. Literally, there's a park right past Snack Jacks over there.
I'm not going to this
Parking
park.
and everything. Public.
You know, actually, I might go there. But when does it close?
I don't know.
Snack Jack's a good spot.
Yeah, like
I've seen whales off that dock, like that little deck.
Hey, well,
Whales are coming up.
yeah. Have you been to Snack Jacks? You
Have
should.
I been- Dave, you're like so disrespectful, Dave. Do you know that I'm way more Flagler than you are, dude? You're
I
a
think,
piece,
I think I stopped by in like 96, 97.
you're a piece of trash, dude. Dude, I've been here way longer than that. But we weren't allowed here at that time.
You were allowed here then.
No, you weren't. Not after dark. I'm looking for it. I don't see it, dude. Gamble Rogers, Ormond Scenic Lupin Trail. That's where it's at. Oh well. But so Dave, another good food review. Where are we going next on the food reviews?
I don't know.
Hot Diggity Dog, possibly.
Maybe Hot Diggity Dog.
China One, possibly.
I mean, China One's been there for 25 years, man. Same people.
That's my people, yo. I seen the kids grow up.
I know. That's what I was about to say. I remember that one kid was back there with a freaking little tablet back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And last time I went there, he took my order and cashed me out.
Maybe that should be episode 50.
The China One episode. Yeah, but I do like China One.
That's my spot, yo.
That is a good spot.
And you know what I like about spots like that? I like spots where you can kind of just like vibe. I'm not going to give it too much into it, but like, let's even say you're like waiting on your food, you might be smoking out front or something like that. They're not tripping. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
One of the OGs, man.
That's what they've been there.
They
bro.
have been there. And they got the same number, too.
Bro, been
You
there.
know that number by heart?
What
was it 447?
70-30 or something like that? I'm looking up.
No, I'm embarrassed that I don't know it. But then again, I haven't went there or I haven't like frequented that place in a while.
China One. Unfussy choice for Chinese fare. What? 445-7188.
Yep, that is what it is. 7188.
The food is good. The service is always fast and run by a family. Oh, it's going to take 15 minutes or 10 minutes. I'll tell you that. You can order 100 things. It's going to take 10 minutes. That's crazy.
But hey, but also too, the spot over here at Flagler is pretty good too.
Dope.
What is it? I don't know what it's called, but right by the Publix, Flagler Bridge. It's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
decent also.
I like the ones that just say like Chinese food or something. It's like, bro, what do you want me to do?
You know what we got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't ask us for a commercial either. But all right, guys, we out of here. Thanks for the special guest, Trav, coming through.
Yep.
All right, man. Peace
Thanks,
out.
babes. Thanks, John.
All right, for shizzle.